On the endless horizon where the sky meets the sea, unfolds a story of bravery and resilience. Being a fisherman on the high seas is not just a job. It's a way of life, a daily battle against the elements, and a constant tribute to the vastness of the ocean. In this video, we'll dive deep into the lives of the men and women who brave the waves, the storms, and the mysteries of the deep to bring food to our tables. Did you know that a fisherman can spend up to 200 days a year at sea, enduring extreme temperatures, from the scorching heat of the tropics to the biting cold of the polar regions? Each day is filled with uncertainty, where the greatest treasure could be a net full of fish, or simply making it back to shore safely. Life aboard a fishing vessel is not for the faint-hearted. Work shifts often stretch up to 18 hours a day, leaving just a few hours for sleep in cramped quarters, where the constant roar of the engine and the ceaseless rocking of the waves make rest a luxury. Yet, for many, this sacrifice is a legacy, a tradition passed down through generations. In this documentary, we'll uncover the secrets of the oceans, stories of encounters with massive marine creatures, storms that test human endurance, and the deep connection fishermen form with the sea. Get ready to embark on a journey where every detail will immerse you in the raw and fascinating world of high seas fishing. What does it truly mean to live on the water? How do these seafarers face danger, isolation, and moments of triumph? Stay with us, because this story is just getting started. For those who choose a life on the high seas, the ocean is more than a workplace. It's an untamed frontier that both nurtures and challenges. Many fishermen will tell you they were drawn to the sea not out of necessity, but out of love. The rhythmic sound of the waves, the endless expanse of blue, and the promise of adventure call to them in ways land could never replicate. But the allure of the sea comes with a cost. The moment a fishing vessel leaves the harbor, it enters a realm of unpredictability. From rogue waves that can rise as high as a 10-story building to sudden squalls that turn a calm sea into a boiling cauldron. Every journey is a gamble. Yet, it's in these moments that fishermen prove their mettle, navigating treacherous waters with nothing but their experience, instincts, and courage to guide them. The daily grind on a fishing boat is unlike anything most of us could imagine. It starts long before the sun rises, with the crew waking to the shrill blare of alarms signaling it's time to cast their nets or lines. With hands roughened by salt and work, they prepare their equipment. Nets weighed down with metal, long lines that stretch for miles, and bait containers that hold the promise of a good haul. Breakfast, if you can call it that, is often a quick bite, maybe some coffee and bread eaten on the move. The kitchen, or galley, is usually no larger than a small closet, with meals cooked on a stove bolted to the floor to prevent it from sliding as the ship rocks. During the day, the crew battles exhaustion, unpredictable weather, and the constant spray of salt water as they haul in their catch. The work is backbreaking, pulling in nets that weigh hundreds of pounds, sorting fish on slippery decks, and quickly processing them to ensure freshness. Injuries are common, cuts, bruises, and even broken bones, but there's no time to rest. Every moment matters when you're racing against the clock to fill your quota before the fish move on. Fishing isn't just about battling the elements. It's also about facing the unknown creatures that lurk beneath the surface. In some regions, fishermen frequently encounter sharks that tear through their nets, whales that rise unexpectedly beside their vessels, and even schools of fish so large they can be seen from space. The bounty they seek often depends on the season and location. In Arctic waters, it's cod, herring, or crab, caught in icy conditions where frostbite is a constant risk. In tropical regions, it might be tuna or swordfish, species that can fight for hours on the line before they're finally brought aboard. Fishermen often share tales of extraordinary encounters, like the time a giant squid latched onto a trawler's net, its massive tentacles stretching nearly 40 feet. Or the moment a pod of dolphins danced alongside their vessel for hours, a rare sight that brought an unexpected sense of wonder amid the toil. Fishing is considered one of the deadliest professions in the world. The statistics are sobering. Every year, thousands of fishermen lose their lives to storms, accidents, or simply falling overboard. In the open ocean, survival is a race against time. The water, often just a few degrees above freezing, can claim a life in minutes. Safety measures have improved over the years. GPS trackers, emergency beacons, and weather forecasting tools have saved countless lives. But the ocean remains a formidable adversary. For many, it's the unwritten rule of the sea. Respect its power, or it will swallow you whole. Life on a fishing vessel is not just physically taxing, it's emotionally challenging as well. Days, sometimes weeks, pass without sight of land. Communication with loved ones is limited, and the isolation can take a toll. The crew becomes a family of sorts, bound together by shared struggles and camaraderie. But even the strongest bonds can fray under stress. Fights over resources, personality clashes, and the mental strain of long trips can lead to tension. Yet, in moments of crisis, the crew unites, their lives depending on each other's strength and skill. Fishermen miss birthdays, anniversaries, and holidays with their families, all for the chance to bring home a paycheck that's far from guaranteed. And still, they return to the sea, driven by a sense of duty, tradition, and the promise of a better haul. In recent years, the fishing industry has faced increasing scrutiny over its environmental impact. Overfishing, bycatch, and the destruction of marine habitats are growing concerns. Many fishermen are acutely aware of these issues, working to adopt more sustainable practices. But the balance between conservation and survival is a delicate one. Did you know that nearly 30% of the world's fisheries are overexploited, with some species on the brink of collapse? This creates not just environmental challenges, but also economic ones, as declining fish stocks force fishermen to travel farther and work harder to make ends meet. Despite the challenges, there's a deep pride in being a fisherman. For many, it's more than a job. It's a heritage passed down through generations, a connection to their ancestors who faced the same waters, the same storms, and the same triumphs. When a fisherman looks out at the horizon, they don't just see the waves. They see their future, their livelihood, and their identity. The sea shapes them, tests them, and ultimately defines them. As we close this chapter on the lives of fishermen, we're left with a profound respect for their sacrifices and a deeper understanding of the ocean's power and beauty. It's a world few of us will ever truly know, but thanks to these brave souls, we're granted a glimpse into its vast, mysterious depths. Stay tuned for more stories from the sea, where every wave carries a tale, and every catch is a testament to human perseverance. Fishermen play a critical role in feeding the world. It's estimated that over 3 billion people rely on seafood as their primary source of protein, and without the efforts of these seafarers, global food security would be at risk. Yet, their contribution often goes unnoticed. Each fish on your plate represents hours of labor, thousands of miles traveled, and an intimate dance with the unpredictable forces of nature. The global fishing fleet is vast, with approximately 4.6 million fishing vessels traversing the world's oceans. These range from small wooden boats navigating coastal waters to industrial trawlers equipped with advanced sonar systems that can detect fish hundreds of meters below the surface. Modern fishing is a mix of tradition and cutting-edge technology. Many fishermen still rely on age-old techniques passed down from their ancestors, such as reading the water's color, observing bird activity, or using the stars to navigate. At the same time, today's vessels are equipped with state-of-the-art gear. Fish finders use sonar to locate schools of fish deep beneath the waves. Radar systems help detect weather changes and navigate through fog or storms. Freezer trawlers allow ships to process and freeze fish immediately, ensuring freshness even during weeks-long trips. Despite these advancements, no amount of technology can guarantee a successful catch. Fishermen must constantly adapt to shifting ecosystems, unpredictable migrations, and the ever-changing moods of the sea. One of the most captivating aspects of life at sea is witnessing its extremes. Fishermen often describe breathtaking moments, like sunrises that paint the water gold, or bioluminescent algae glowing like stars beneath their boats. But for every serene scene, there's an equally harrowing experience. Hurricane-force winds can appear suddenly, generating waves up to 60 feet high, capable of capsizing even the largest vessels. The infamous Cape Horn, at the southern tip of South America, is known for some of the world's roughest seas, where sailors face conditions so violent they've dubbed it the sailor's graveyard. In tropical regions, fishermen must navigate around typhoons, with winds exceeding 150 miles per hour, wreaking havoc on ships caught in their path. Fishing isn't just physically and emotionally demanding, it's financially risky too. A single trip to sea can cost tens of thousands of dollars, with expenses like fuel, equipment, and wages for the crew. If the catch is poor or market prices drop, fishermen may return home in debt. The stakes are especially high for those targeting lucrative species like tuna or lobster. For instance, a single bluefin tuna can sell for over $10,000, but catching it is a high-risk gamble. Sometimes fishermen spend days searching with nothing to show for their efforts. Beyond storms and waves, the ocean is home to hidden perils. Fishing nets and lines can become tangled, leading to dangerous situations where crew members must cut them free while balancing on slippery decks. Machinery on board, like winches and pulleys, can cause serious injuries if mishandled. Then there are encounters with wildlife. Swordfish, known for their speed and aggression, have been known to leap out of the water, injuring fishermen on deck. Giant jellyfish, some weighing over 400 pounds, can clog nets, forcing crews to work tirelessly to free their catch. In certain regions, crocodiles and sea snakes add another layer of danger, especially for those fishing near mangroves or estuaries. The life of a fisherman is steeped in traditions and superstitions, many of which have persisted for centuries. On-board rituals are common, as fishermen believe they can influence their luck and safety. Whistling on a boat is considered bad luck, as it's said to whistle up the wind. Bananas are often banned from vessels, as they're thought to bring misfortune. Some crews refuse to set sail on a Friday, believing it to be an ill-fated day for departures. These beliefs, while not rooted in science, reflect a deep respect for the unpredictability of the sea. The future of fishing hangs in a delicate balance. As global demand for seafood increases, the pressure on the world's oceans continues to grow. Innovations like sustainable fishing gear, marine protected areas, and better enforcement of fishing regulations offer hope for a more balanced relationship between humanity and the sea. For the fishermen who brave the waves, the goal remains the same: to provide for their families, honor their traditions, and coexist with the ocean that sustains them. As we conclude this journey into the life of a fisherman, it's clear that their world is one of extremes. Beauty and danger, solitude and camaraderie, triumph and sacrifice. They are the unsung heroes of the sea, connecting us to a world few will ever experience firsthand. Next time you see a plate of fish or seafood, remember the extraordinary effort it took to bring it to your table. Behind every bite is a story of resilience, adventure, and the timeless bond between humanity and the ocean. Stay tuned for more tales of the sea, where every wave has a story and every horizon holds a mystery waiting to be uncovered. Fishing is not just a livelihood for individuals. It's a cornerstone of the global economy. The industry is worth over $400 billion annually, supporting the economies of nations worldwide. Countries like China, Norway, and Japan dominate the commercial fishing sector, while small-scale fisheries sustain millions in coastal communities. Here are some staggering figures. More than 58 million people are employed in the fishing and aquaculture industries, many of them in developing countries where fishing is often the only viable source of income. The seafood supply chain supports an additional 200 million jobs, from processing plants to market vendors. The global seafood trade accounts for over 38% of the fish caught or farmed, making it one of the most internationally traded commodities. Some species of fish are so valuable they've earned the nickname liquid gold. Bluefin tuna, one of the most sought-after fish in the world, has sold for as much as $3.1 million at auction in Japan, where it's prized for high-end sushi. Snow crabs, particularly those caught in the frigid waters of the North Pacific, fetch premium prices in luxury restaurants. Abalone, a type of mollusk, is so valuable that illegal fishing and poaching are rampant, with black markets driving its price up to $500 per kilogram. These high-value catches come with their own set of challenges, often requiring fishermen to venture into dangerous waters or adopt specialized techniques to ensure quality and freshness. While fishing is often portrayed as a male-dominated profession, women play a crucial role in the industry. In coastal communities, they are frequently responsible for processing and selling fish, with some estimates suggesting that women represent 50% of the global seafood workforce. In many countries, women are also involved in artisanal fishing, gathering shellfish and seaweed in shallow waters. These activities are vital not only for family income, but also for maintaining the biodiversity of coastal ecosystems. Fishing techniques vary widely across cultures, reflecting a deep connection to local environments and traditions. In the Philippines, dynamite fishing was once common, where small explosives were used to stun fish. Though now illegal, the scars of this practice remain on many coral reefs. The Haenyeo divers of South Korea, often older women, dive up to 20 meters, 65 feet, without breathing equipment to harvest abalone, sea urchins, and octopus. In India's Kerala region, Chinese fishing nets, massive structures that resemble spider webs, are lowered into the water and then hauled up to catch fish. These nets are not just functional, but also iconic symbols of the region's fishing heritage. In the Amazon basin, indigenous communities use plant-based toxins to stun fish, a sustainable practice passed down through generations. Certain regions of the world are biodiversity hotspots for marine life, drawing fishermen from across the globe. The Coral Triangle, which spans the waters of Indonesia, the Philippines, and Malaysia, is home to over 75% of the world's coral species and supports more than 2,000 species of fish. The Patagonian Shelf off the coast of South America is a key fishing ground for squid, which forms the base of the diet for countless marine predators. The Bering Sea, one of the most productive ecosystems on the planet, is where most of the world's king crab and pollock are caught. Fishing in these areas requires strict management to prevent overexploitation, as these ecosystems are critical not only for marine life, but also for global food security. One of the lesser-known challenges in the fishing industry is the issue of ghost fishing, a phenomenon caused by lost or discarded fishing gear, such as nets and traps, continuing to capture marine life. Each year, an estimated 640,000 tons of fishing gear are abandoned in the oceans, forming a deadly trap for fish, turtles, seabirds, and even whales. Ghost nets can drift for years, killing marine life indiscriminately and causing significant ecological damage. Efforts are underway to address this problem, including programs to retrieve lost gear and the development of biodegradable nets that break down over time. Fishing isn't confined to temperate waters. Some of the most daring operations take place in the world's most extreme environments. In the Arctic, fishermen brave sub-zero temperatures to harvest cod and snow crab. Ice buildup on the decks is a constant hazard, as even a thin layer can destabilize a vessel. In the Southern Ocean, longline fishermen target Patagonian toothfish, known as Chilean sea bass, in restaurants. Despite the risk of encounters with massive icebergs and the world's most violent seas, the deep sea, at depths exceeding 3,000 meters, 9,800 feet, is a growing frontier for fishing. Species like orange roughy and deep-sea shrimp are prized catches, but operating at such depths requires specialized equipment and comes with enormous costs. While fishermen are often portrayed as exploiters of the sea, many are deeply invested in its health. After all, their livelihoods depend on sustainable fish populations. Some fishermen participate in tag and release programs, helping scientists track migratory patterns and population sizes of key species like tuna and swordfish. In the United States, the concept of catch shares has been implemented, where fishermen are allocated a specific portion of the allowable catch. This incentivizes sustainable practices, as overfishing today would mean less quota in the future. In parts of Africa and Asia, Fishermen have partnered with conservation organizations to establish marine protected areas, creating safe zones where fish can breed and populations can recover. As we delve deeper into the life of fishermen, one thing becomes clear. Their work is a testament to human ingenuity, resilience, and adaptability. The challenges they face, whether environmental, economic, or personal, are immense, yet their determination keeps them returning to the sea. The next time you hear the sound of waves crashing or see a fishing boat silhouetted against the horizon, remember the countless untold stories carried by the tide. Stories of survival, sacrifice, and an unbreakable bond with the ocean. Stay with us as we continue to uncover more about the incredible lives tied to the sea, where every ripple holds a secret, and every haul is a gamble against nature's odds. As we wrap up this incredible journey through the life of a fisherman on the high seas, we hope you've gained a new appreciation for the bravery, resilience, and dedication it takes to face the ocean every day. These stories remind us of the deep connection between humanity and the sea, one that's as timeless as the tides themselves. If you enjoyed this dive into the world of fishing and want to explore more captivating tales from the ocean, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our growing community of ocean enthusiasts. By subscribing, you won't miss any of our upcoming adventures, whether it's exploring the depths of dangerous fishing grounds or uncovering the mysteries of the sea. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay curious, stay adventurous, and never stop exploring the wonders of the ocean. See you soon.